Welcome back to Studio One. Now, planning for summer holidays is a bit more complicated than deciding how many weeks to spend in Paris or Switzerland. Figuring out what and how to pack can be a long, drawn-out process, especially, dare I say, for us ladies. Here to show us how we can pack light and smart is etiquette expert Ghassan Hajjaj. Ghassan, thank you so much for coming on the show, by the way.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, because we have about 2 months off from the show and I'm planning to travel the world. And what I'm dreading more than anything else is how I'm going to travel and travel light at the same time. Because, I mean, in an ideal world, a good traveler would leave all his excess back home and only carry the bare essentials. But in today's world, we want to travel heavy, happy, and cheap at the same time, but it doesn't really work.
And the thing is, airlines are cutting more and more on weight permissions, which makes our life even more impossible when we need to pack. Therefore, yes, there are ways, of course, techniques. Today, what I really want to focus on in packing, more than doing light, because you're asking me for a bit of a miracle, is to telling women as such how to pack light. That's really a hard mission, I think. I would say the essential thing is really to remember to only bring what is absolutely necessary. Try to put a sort of schedule. What am I going to be doing? What are the activities? And what do I really need? And then from that, try to subtract. So you only have the basic minimum. Also, many places we can actually wash our clothes, for example. So do I really need to bring 4 pairs of jeans, or could I do it with maybe just 2? Depending, of course, on how long time we have and everything. I think that one thing which is interesting today is I really want to focus on how we pack without having a lot of wrinkled clothes.
Right, this is very exciting for me because you're not just going to show us how we can travel light, but also how to pack a bag in 6 minutes.
Exactly.
Let's go for it.
The big secret is tissue paper. Tissue paper goes everywhere, and tissue paper is really the base because it helps the clothes not to rub against each other and thereby avoiding wrinkles. So normally I would always start with trousers, jeans and so on, and have them from the center of the bag hanging over the sides, because in the end what you'll see is they will come up and they will cover everything and they're going to protect all of the clothing. Okay, so this is our first step, and very, very nice and simple.
So this is how you can fold your jeans.
This is how you fold your jeans.
And where can we buy these papers from?
Silk paper is readily available in many, many different stores that keep all kinds of papers for home and handicrafts and so on. So you place it in layers in between, and then what I've done is to save time, because we only have these 6 minutes, as you said.
Even lesser now.
Exactly. I've pre-folded these. You'll have to invite me another day to talk about folding clothes the right way.
Okay.
But
well, these are t-shirts. I don't need them anyway. I'll wait for you to fold the dress.
The dress. I will show you. So again, between the layers, more tissue paper, because we really want to come to our destinations and not have to worry about wrinkles. I have, of course, if we have anything, I disappeared. Shoes. I hid them behind. Keep them at the bottom of the case, right? And make sure the sole is towards the bottom, because everything heavy has to be towards the bottom.
Now, I mean, let's face it. You've packed, what, 2 pairs of shoes?
Right now in here, yes, there's one pair of shoes.
There's just one. Okay, but that's not how we roll, is it?
You would want to go with 12,
well,
right?
because we like to carry our party pair of shoes, then something to wear to a nice dinner, something to wear when you go shopping, hiking.
Absolutely. Now, I would say the very important thing is have a pair of very comfortable shoes, have a pair of fancy shoes, which are fancy, but at the same time not overly fancy. Women are much easier, actually, than men, because there are so many different kinds of sandals with heels, for example, that you could wear for formal wear and less formal wear. For men, the rules are actually more difficult when it comes to not being formal. You can see it in dressing as well. If you go to a cocktail party, a man, just to be a little bit formal, he has to be in a suit. A woman, the length of the dress and so on, that can change very much.
Okay.
Another thing that's important...
Well, I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah. No.
I'm not sure how much I agree with you, but I'm still glad you said that.
Well, she has more variety. That's the thing. People always think that, oh, it's much easier for a man. Absolutely not. Toiletry is very important. Try to find the small size. Sometimes you get samples when you shop. You can buy in many pharmacies small size items. There are things like toothpaste. If you're only going for just a, let's say, a business trip for 2 days, many hotels will provide you with small toothpaste, and leave those sort of on the top.
And in case you want to carry your own products and not rely on the complimentary products available in a hotel, and if you don't manage to find a miniature size, is it recommended to fill them in little empty
Absolutely.
containers?
I've done that before. I mean, these are things that you want to do. You want to be very careful of your liquids. For example, I don't travel anywhere without my fragrance. Fragrance is like the most important thing for me, but it's not in all airports that it's easy. So usually you need a clear plastic bag with a zipper that you can transport it in, or if you want to be sure that they're not going to steal it from you in security, put it in your toiletry bag and leave that inside. Basically, once we've really filled up everything in here, again, we will end by yet another layer of our tissue paper.
Okay.
Fold over.
Does it have any other advantage besides the fact that it doesn't crease? It'll stop your dresses or
This
your
will
outfits
stop
from
things
creasing.
from shifting around too
Okay.
much. And
Aw.
your teddy bear.
Yeah,
You
sure.
want to have that in your suitcase as well.
I'll have to go and buy one now.
There
now
you
that
go.
you've
You need
mentioned
to.
it.
I mean, traveling is also about feeling comfortable. It could be a
Right.
picture frame with your family. And you were asking me about the dress. I don't know if we've run out of time yet.
No.
but
We have time to fold the dress.
We still have a bit
yes.
time to fold the dress? Okay.
Okay.
So the most important thing if you have a dress is to remember that where you want to fold it, where crease is going to show less, is really at the waist, right? So at the waist is the first place we'd fold it. And then what happens is you can see that the skirt here is longer, and had it been a long dress, it would have been even longer. Now, in an ideal case scenario, you would have a special kind of like a suit hanger, a special dress hanger for any dresses that you don't want. But let's say that we don't have that. Well, then again, more of the silk paper in between so that the dress actually doesn't crease very much.
Right, Ghassan, we're running out of time. So
Okay.
very quickly, let's talk about the bulkier products that we carry, like, for example, a hairdryer or a hair straightener. Is it recommended to check with the hotel you're living in if they have a hairdryer? Because most hotels do.
Really, most hotels, let's say if they're 3 stars or above that, they would have a hairdryer. So it's not one of the top priorities for me on the list of things that I need to bring. For the straightener, you might need to bring it, but luckily most straighteners don't take as much space. But I think we're done here. We're ready to go.
We've packed light and in under 6 minutes. That is super
That is
impressive.
a bit of a miracle, yeah.
All right, that is some great advice for those of us who are planning to travel this summer. Ghassan, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So if you'd like to travel light and learn how to pack within 6 minutes, then log on to our Facebook fan page, facebook.com/Studio One Live. Coming up, Tom and Alfonso are in the party mood in the kitchen right after this.